So what I'll do now, I'll share my screen and take you through the system. So this is the NLIS homepage. We're going to log in using the MyMLA account. I go log in via MyMLA. MyMLA email address and my password. Now I want to go to NLIS, but like I said earlier, you can link your LPA account, MSA account, EMVD, my feedback, so you can link all the systems that we manage, that MLA manages. So we're going to NLIS. I have 2 accounts linked to my MLA, so I don't have to remember both passwords anymore. Remember them once, I set them up by going link account down here. I set them up, and now I don't have to remember these passwords. So we're going to go to my producer account. This is my test account. And this is the live production database. So this is what we call a producer homepage, what you will see when you first log in. Now up here, there's a thing called help. Click on this help. We go to help tools. And these are all the documents or user instruction guides that we've got for people with, this takes sheep EID. So sheep individual is the individual tags, so sheep EID. I can just see down here, we have PIC reconciliation. So there's a user guide for that. We'll be going through that today. Another one is device reports. So we go through them, but there's a lot of reports here. So a lot of functions here. Sorry, tech tips for all the functions within the database. Go back to this one. Now, for ease of use, I usually hide this top banner, especially when I'm doing demonstrations, so people can see what I'm doing. So now we're on the home page. Now, if you don't have sheep EID, because you've just been used to using mob-based movements, the old NLIS tags for sheep, you click on what do I want to do today? This is broken up into 3 sections. Making changes to the system up here. Making changes. So this is changes to your account. This is uploading data. We saw device status, moving animals on or off your property. And then down below is the reporting. We'll just go change my types of livestock. And you can add or remove sheep or goat. So if you don't have sheep individual, click that on, continue, and now that'll show up if you didn't have it before. So we're going to go into PIC reconciliation. So going back to home again, we're making changes. We're going to go notify the database of PIC reconciliation. And remember, this is going to be recorded, so you can go back and watch this at a pace that suits you. Bit of a blurb about what we're going to be doing, which is what Natasha and I have been talking about. So setting your statuses, devices to active, inactive, moving them on or off your property. So a bit of a blurb. We continue. Now we have 2 ways to do this. We can copy and paste tags on screen. We can put all the tag numbers in here. Select the property we're working on. So here's a list of tags that I copied earlier. I won't go through this process today because we're going to do the upload a file. You just put the tag numbers in there. Just copy and paste. You can put as many tag numbers, up to 10,000 tags, 9,999 tags, and the system will verify the 2. That is, to verify what you've uploaded to what the system has. We'll go back. We're going to do it on screen. We're going to do it via file upload. So I want to upload a file. We choose the file. I'll show you what the file looks like in a minute. We continue. It's asking for confirmation. You say, yes, I want to send that. Now sent that file to the system. The system is now processing it and will send me an email confirming they've received the file, an email confirming the file was okay, and then all the results. So what does the file look like? And I will create a file for you. So that's what the file looks like. So this was in the PowerPoint presentation. So column A is the property that I am checking up on. Column B is the list of tag numbers. Now I've used the visual tag number here. You can replace that with the RFID if you're using a scanner. And I will go through and create a file for you. So I just received the files. This is the acknowledgement, came through. Fact that the file came through complete. This is what the file looks like. This is they always come in a zip file. Double click on the zip file, open. And there we have the 4 files. This first one, which is saying the files are good. This is no problem with these tags. There you'll see your cattle tags. So it's cattle tags saying there's no problem with it. And the name of the file is, active devices, no action required. So we know that there's no problem with this tag at all. These are the tags that need to be made inactive. These tags need to be made inactive. And we save this file and we can upload it to the system. So we go File, Save As. We can save that file. We save that file and then we can upload it. Now it's saved as a CSV file. Inactive, save as a CSV file, and we can upload that to device status, which I'll show you later. And this is the opposite. So these are the tags that were inactive and now to be made inactive. So it's the inactive status been turned off. There's the tag number, the date, the fact that we turn in the inactive status off. This is the most difficult part of the lot. So the first one we do nothing about. We can upload them inactive, upload them as active. This one here is what we need to act on or may need to act on. Again, we'll open it up. So these are not on the property. They've been transferred off. So they were on the property, but they are no longer on the property. That's the majority of them. Scroll all the way down. So there's 74 of them. These were all transferred off. These 2 have never been on your property. So they need to be transferred onto your property. So you need to do the normal transfer, which is you need the property they've come from. And hopefully you know where your animals have come from. If you don't, look up your paperwork. If you don't know offhand, that is, the LPA NVD, use that as a source. And if you still can't work it out, then you'll need to contact your local state department, give them the tag numbers and say, I don't know where these have come from, but they're now on my property and they can guide you through and help you through. These 2 have been recorded as died on farm. So you've told us they've died on farm. Now, if you did that because you thought they were dead, you didn't find them last time, you can go back and you can correct what you've done. So this is called a transfer correction. You can log into the system and do a transfer correction. So these are the only ones you really need to act on. Now, if these have been recorded as dead recently, you can ignore them. Otherwise, go back and do your transfer correction. These 2 need to be transferred onto your property. do this inactive status. Open this up again. We're going to copy these tags. So we can just highlight the 19 tags. We can copy them and log into the, go back to NLIS. And we saw earlier, we're going to change the device status. So we go device status, go. This time we can just type it in on the screen. I'll show you 2 ways to do it. They're the tag numbers, so I've just copied them and paste them into here. We're setting the inactive, we're going to turn the inactive status on. You do the same with the other file, you can turn the inactive status off. And you can add comments in here. PIC recon. We continue. Again, confirmation. Is this what you want to do? We're going to set these tags to inactive. Hit send. Now let's just send to the system now and set those tags to inactive. If it was a mistake, that is if I missed scanning them, I can always scan them back again. Go back in and set them to active. So we click on my transaction history. This will show us what happened with that file. So that's what we just did, the tag status. Come back as complete. So they've all been done. The last thing we did, those animals have now been set to inactive. And in the same way, we'll set them back to active again. Same tag numbers. We set inactive. We're going to turn it off this time. Put a comment in that you actually found them. Continue. And does the same thing. So it sets it on and off. Now, when you're scanning tags, you scan the animals. Obviously, the most difficult part of the whole PIC reconciliation process is the scanning of animals. If you're on the large property, large numbers of animals, but you're using a handheld scanner and you're scanning all the animals. Now, don't forget, and Natasha alluded to this, that if you buy tags, devices, they may not be used yet. They're still in your drawer. You need to scan them as well. If you've bought animal tags recently, you can run a report called, so you go down here to, like I said, this is what you do to the system. And down here is what you can see, or the viewing part. So we're going to go to View Generate All Reports. And we go down here called Devices Purchased. You know you bought tags the last 3 or 4 weeks for this property and your sheep. You click Go. Now, this process can take 1 or 2 seconds, can take 1 or 2 minutes to get the results back. But I'll go through and I'll show you what we do with these results. In the meantime, these are all the tags we've scanned. So we scanned all these tags, got them all into one file. That's one long list of tags. That's the one I uploaded before. So these come from your scanner. So what we're going to do is we're going to add, so you scanned all these animals the last couple of weeks. What we haven't got yet is a list of the brand new tags you've just purchased. So they've just come in the post, and we're just waiting for this report to finish. I'll show you how you export these brand new tags that you probably haven't used yet, because they've just arrived. They're still in the cupboard or on the post coming over. So we'll get this list. There's the list there, 20 tags. So we're going to get this list of tag numbers. We go down the bottom, we go export. We get the NLIS number. Again, we don't want headings, so we get rid of that. We copy all these tags just by highlighting them, Control copy, Control C. We're going to add them into our long list. So there's our list of tags. So these are the brand new tags we just bought. These are the tags we've scanned. So we're going to copy all these tags, highlighting all of them. Now we're going to open up Microsoft Excel. And the tag numbers go in column B. I'll just paste. In column A, we've got to put the PIC number. My PIC number is QBZZ2222. QB. Now we're not going to type it in 1,000 something to 1,900 times, so we just do it twice. If we highlight them, this is a bit of a trick. Highlight both, and there's a little box here. Double click on the box, and it will automatically fill down to the bottom. It's gone all the way down the bottom. So that's your file. That's trick number one, is do it in twice, and then double click on the little box. Trick number two is this now needs to be saved as a CSV file. So we go File, Save As. And we'll just call it PIC. Oops, can't spell. PIC webinar. We're going to change this from XLSX to CSV down here, comma, delimited. This is the trick. You have to save as comma delimited. You save that. Now that's the file we use when we do the PIC reconciliation upload. So when we go back into, I want to do a PIC reconciliation. Back to the first thing we showed you. When you upload a file, we're now looking for this file called PIC webinar. That's the file. That'll give us the same process we did earlier, the same file as this one. And that applies our file to the system. So back to the zip file. We've got 4. We're able to make them active. I'm able inactive. This we do nothing about. Once again, this is the only one that we need to do some real action with, and that is making sure that the ones that have never been on the property are transferred onto your PIC. And these ones that you may have written off as deceased earlier because you thought they were dead. I mean, if you still think they're dead, but you still scan them because they were dead on the floor, you can ignore them. But if you know the animals are alive, you made a mistake last time, then you can go back and make your correction. And you do that by going through transfer correction. So back to here on your home page. You need to know when you set it to deceased, so you need to go back through your records and then go through transfer correction. And what you'll need is the upload ID. So all transactions have that unique upload ID. Sorry, click the wrong button. View my transaction history. So, which we saw earlier. They've all got a unique upload number. So you need to find the one that you used when you set the animal to deceased, and then you can roll it back. If you can't find it, you can call the help desk, the customer service center, and they'll be able to help you through. They'll give you the number, then you can go back and you can correct your mistake. That is when you've set that to deceased. Now that creating a file, changing the system, as in setting tags to active, send tags to inactive, doing the transfer. The last one is the transfer. So I want to. Also can move onto my property. You have those 2 tag numbers. You can just type in on screen, get those 2 tag numbers that weren't on your property. You know the property they've come from. And this is your property, so they've come onto QBZZ get the waybill number, the tag numbers, which you've got from the Excel file, go in here. So the most difficult part is trying to find those two animals and their history, but hopefully using your NVD documents may help. So you know roughly when they came on, get the NVD number. On the NVD will be the PIC number of where the animals came from, and you put them in there with that PIC number in there. I will go through this very quickly. Again, I'll copy all these tag numbers. We'll go to the PIC reconciliation again. And if you type the details on screen, you get a slightly different approach or different result set, the same data, but just displayed differently. So this is what we're doing. This is good if you only have a handful of tag numbers. Continue. It's doing the same thing now. It's comparing this list to what's on your property. It's saying these animals are fine. That's Excel spreadsheet number one, saying nothing to do here. These are the ones that you need to address. Now, the difference that I need to point out between uploading a file and doing it on screen is this list does not tell you, go to, or this list doesn't tell you which animals have moved off recently. It just tells you it's not on the PIC. That's the advantage of using the Excel upload file. These ones are goat or cattle tags. They're not sheep tags. You told us I'm looking at sheep, so it splits it up. The Excel spreadsheet tells you what they are. We're using the column C for cattle, S for sheep, and G for goats. It tells you these need to be made inactive. These need to be made active. So it's just very simple. Just by ticking these, select all, and then you can make them active or inactive. So very similar process. The difference is it doesn't tell you which animals are moved off. And this is limited to 9,999 tags. But most people, that's sufficient. You do this on screen. The other one, as I said, you upload a file and you get an email back. So just trying to get rid of this. Go back to show header. Let's remember under the help tools, you can use this video. There are other videos on YouTube as well, but these PIC reconciliation guides are pretty handy. And there's all these different reports you've got here are also pretty handy. So go back and refer to this video, some of these tech tips, and some of the stuff that Jack will go through. Go back to home. And if you want to do the PIC reconciliation of cattle, the same process, identical process, PIC reconciliation with their cattle tags, the same message, the exact same process. Makes no difference as long as you tell us in advance that you keep what you're looking for, and the system will do it for you. As in, it'll show you these are cattle tags, these are sheep tags, but you need to identify upfront the species that you want to do a PIC reconciliation. If you have all three, the one file, not a problem, you do it 3 times. And that's it for me. Thank you very much.